How's everything, fiction enthusiasts? There's one major reason you are here, and that would be the fact that my channel currently has 800 subscribers, and I got there last month. To commemorate the moment, I'll be showing you more games that I got on my PS4 since the first video. In case you don't know or forgot, I have the Pro model, the giant capable of having 1 terabyte, and it's the first as well as only Sony console in my grasp. You'll see a dozen, 12 games here, and they'll be shown in the order I received them. Also, fair reminder, if your favorite game isn't here, it's because I don't have it at the time being. Let's go get the power of PlayStation charging by starting at once. Hey, I'm Owen the Fictionboy, and here's what's on my PS4 too. Have you been wanting to do a lot of free falls? Then look out, as we got Fall Guys. What started out as a PS4 and PC exclusive requiring your console's online subscription service, you and dozens of other players control living, colorful, wacky jelly beans in party minigames, seeking to be the best. 2 years after the original game, it went free to play and became available for Switch and Xbox, so players could interact with one another via crossplay, and the game mostly remains the same, though it's even crazier for better or worse. In order to earn the crown, you'll have to jump, dive, grab, and climb your way to victory, whether it be in races, survival, teams, or whatever comes your way. Aside from seasons coming every once in a while, there are special limited time events so you can fall in as many different styles as possible. Don't forget to customize your bean. That way, you can express your silliness. No matter what you do or how you do it, always get out there and take your time with the Fall Guys. Can you build your way to victory as the bad guys? Well, make way for LEGO DC supervillains. Many superhero video games, especially the ones made for kids, have you play as, obviously, the superheroes. However, there may come a time where it's good to be bad, hence why this game makes you play as the supervillains. When the Justice League are out because of the Justice Syndicate, who are actually the Crime Syndicate, the villains of the DC Universe have to stop them, even if it's so they can conquer the world themselves. You'll play as baddies like Joker, Harley Quinn, Lex Luthor, Gorilla Grodd, and Captain Cold, to name some, but the main highlight is that your custom character, which was a side thing in prior LEGO games, actually has a main role in the story, as the rookie will get more powers along the way. Can't forget the Season Pass content and levels where you play as the heroes. Regardless of which side you are on, in the end, good and bad can exist without one another. You must have come a long way in the dark, so let's get to Hollow Knight Voidheart Edition. In the dark underground world of Hollow Nest, you control a silent, nameless knight who wields a nail to fight the creepy bugs lurking about on your journey to take down the Hollow Knight. Along the way, you'll meet the many citizens of the world who give you advice or have shops that'll help you get stronger. Yet Hornet will test you through duels to see how worthy you are of being the one destined to save everyone from the infectious doom. As you progress further, you'll receive more abilities to reach places and defeat enemies you couldn't before. And trust me, the game is pretty hard. If you die, you can reclaim what you lost by beating your shade, unless you're playing the Steel Soul mode. Need more challenges in this already tough game? There are the Grim Troop and Godmaster expansions. For those who need some dark in the light, this indie Metroidvania might be what you're looking for. Need to get your car dirty after a boring car wash? Dirt Rally 2.0 has you covered. This 2019 sequel takes many things from the 2015 original racing simulator and expands upon it in the way those who want to be IRL racers could envision. You'll be competing in timed stage events in different weather patterns across real-life countries, as there are tracks in the main game and remastered versions of the old ones from the first game. You got 50 cars to choose from, so you can go modern, retro, or somewhere in the middle. The weather is a huge factor in both the visual and grip departments. That means you really must think your driving skills through, and that's certainly true because contrary to other racing simulators, you cannot rewind for mistakes you made, and a severely damaged car will result in a DNF. There's also the enhanced My Team mode, so specialist engineers can maintain your car. You got to ride one way or another, asphalt or dirt, and take as much time as necessary. A huge battle in the multiverse is occurring, as we must pay a visit to multiverses. Ever wanted to have an ambitious crossover of Time Warner characters together in a big fight? This is it, as you have characters from DC Comics, Scooby-Doo, Adventure Time, Steven Universe, Game of Thrones, Looney Tunes, and others to choose from as your champion. The main thing about these fights is that you play in teams of 2 online, as the game is free to play and supports cross-platform, and you better believe things are chaotic, not just with the battles, but the team-ups. Perks are the big game changer, and if your partner has the same perks as you, they're even more powerful. Don't feel like playing the traditional team matches? There's the arcade mode, free-for-all, one-on-one, silly queue, and more. The microtransactions may be everywhere, yet there have also been some holiday events for sweeter goodies almost worth grinding for. Despite this game being in its beta form, the full game is planned to release next year, so things might be smoother. Monsters are on the loose in our world, especially in the ice. Some of us were born for Monster Hunter World Iceborne. Capcom's massive third-person action RPG has gone bigger than ever before as your custom character travels to the new world full of monsters, and the Research Commission will ask you to kill or capture said monsters to study them. You also have quests in Astera in the conjoined zones, and the equipment you have depends on the kind of hunter you are. Furthermore, cooperative multiplayer with up to 4 players is there to increase your chances of dealing with the beasts easier. Aside from the main campaign, you got the expansion making things more challenging, and yet the rewards you gain are better should you manage to overcome such great odds. Feel like you were not quite prepared? You can always craft weapons and armor to get yourself in a better shape along with supplying yourself with stuff for health and stamina. Shall you seek to be bold on your expedition, conquer the monsters in this world, and avoid the thin ice? Time to run around at the speed of sound across new frontiers. Sonic frontiers to be more specific. 3D Sonic games have been more missed than hit for the past decade or so, and that would make one wonder if the blue blur jumping into the open world genre was a good idea. Yet it surpassed the expectations of many. Sonic is searching for the Chaos Emeralds again and must traverse the Starfall Islands fast as he'll fight enemies, solve puzzles, look for memory tokens, collect Coco, and do all that by using the new cyberspace powers he gains to also save his friends. Other things you can do are fishing with Big, play minigames that are vital to the story, blaze through the cyberspace stages, and fight the Titans as Super Sonic. That's not even mentioning the free updates we got where Sonic has a birthday bash, new Coco and challenges got added, and there's an alternate ending where you also play as Amy, Knuckles, and Tails. Don't let the game run past you. You're just better off keeping on running. Some of us go where no one has gone before, even if it's forbidden. That would be Horizon Forbidden West. Did anyone think Horizon Zero Dawn would get loved by enough gamers that a sequel would be something they'd want? Well, the developers did, as they started working on it a year after the original was released, and it did not disappoint. 6 months after the defeat of Hades, Aloy had been searching for a functional Gaia so the planet's biosphere could be restored. It wouldn't be a breeze, though, as there's a new, or rather, old threat, and she'll be needing more allies. The gameplay is mostly the same as its predecessor, yet you'll be exploring underwater and the map is much bigger. You'll still go into combat against both new and old animalistic machines, and when you aren't fighting, You will be climbing and using other tools so you can further explore the apocalyptic world you strive to survive in. Whether you are on the land or in the ocean, leaving any stone unturned is a no-no here. Are you seeking to feel more connected with block puzzles? If so, get a taste of Tetris Effect Connected. You already went as big as possible if your puzzle game is a phenomenon, and if you had hopes of going even bigger, it seems your hopes weren't too high, as this version of the game delivered in both substance and style. The concept may be the same, yet you get to do what you do in the prettiest visuals possible with themes that set the mood, and you can try all of them out in the single player campaign that is the Journey mode. Still alone and need more ways to play? You can play Tetris in more relaxing, chaotic, brief, and classic ways. And if you want to see other players without necessarily competing against them, orbit the planet, or if you want to challenge them, go ahead, especially now that this former PS4 exclusive is also on Xbox, PC, Switch, and MetaQuest. The Tetris Effect had brought people together, and we truly couldn't be any more connected. Washed up from stuff you did for a while? Dive under the sea to SpongeBob SquarePants Battle for Bikini Bottom Rehydrated. It's rare for a licensed game from the 2000s decade to get a remake, so to see Battle for Bikini Bottom get such a treatment was nice for fans of the vastly popular Nicktoon. Plankton's robots rampage across Bikini Bottom in his umpteenth failed plan to steal the Krabby Patty secret formula, so SpongeBob, with help from Patrick and Sandy, needs to collect golden spatulas in order to get to the many locations before reaching the chum bucket. You'll also want to collect shiny objects for Mr. Krabs and Patrick's lost socks to receive more golden spatulas. Aside from updated visuals, frame rate, and control scheme, there's a new co-op mode where you and a friend can play as other characters to beat as many robots as possible and fight a boss along with seeing other aspects that aren't in the main game. Need a modernized version of a classic cartoon game because you couldn't play the original for reasons? Soak up for this gem. Roll on skates as well as a ball, since we've got roller champions coming our way. Did anyone wish to combine roller skating with football, whether it's the American kind or not? Well, that person's heart's desire has been granted, and guess what? It's yet another free-to-play cross-platform game. The game is easy to learn but hard to master, like other games that follow the trend, as your team of 3 players need to pass through gates without getting tackled to throw or roll the ball into the goal. 1 lap gets you 1 point, 2 laps get you 3 points, and 3 laps get you 5 points, and your team needs to be the first to score 5 points, or the most points after 7 minutes, to win. Tired of the normal matches after a while? Practice or participate in events at the skate park, and there are special matches like Clone Clash, 2-on-2, Arena 8, and Hot Potato. There's plenty of stuff to do in this contemporary sport, and you simply got to roll with it. Before I show you the final game on my PS4, here's 1 game demo I played at GameStop and 2 I did at home. Yeah, these are the games I have tried out. In addition, I'll tell you the games I look forward to, disregarding whether these are games that already released, though not in my grasp, or games that have yet to come and plan to get sooner or later. And now we're at the last game on my PS4. Things you have imagined can become a reality with this game. Encore for Dreams. For the young folk out there who want to show their talent by using video game controllers, this is the way to do it. In case you want to know how things work around here, check out Art's stream as a story-based tutorial of what can be made, as you learn about Art's past and use your imp to help him and his creations. As you may already know, this game is all about creating things along with seeing what other people have made. You can make and or experience games, videos, and works of art. What's a nice feature here is that you can choose how to play, whether it be with your normal controller with or without motion controls, the PS Move, and the PS VR. Themes are also around every once in a while so that can give you an idea of what to play and or create. This is such a way for you to feel the power of PlayStation, and of course, your imagination. Looks like you're at my end screen. Ponder about leaving a like, subscribe, share, turn on notifications, comment, and follow me on Instagram. Thanks a whole lot for getting my channel to 800 subscribers, and have a good night-o.